Apparently chastised, the players return to training. Troubleshooter Ron suspects the problem lies in the players' attitude to their new boss. Already he's noticed the players call him Bleo, not the traditional gaffer. Even worse, there are worrying signs of disrespect.
He said, yeah.
For some reason, you youngsters have got a lot to say to me, and let me tell you now, I'm the manager here, right? And whatever time I tell you to train, you train.
It's time to set the record straight and address the players directly for the first time.
OK, guys, every football club I've ever been involved with, be it as a player or a manager, there's one guy in charge, that's the boss, the gaffer. And for my money, that's how he should be referred to. And where's the skip? Everybody in the next fortnight that you hear calling the governor anything but boss or gaffer, they owe you a £5 for the drinks kitty. Is that full marks? And if I hear them saying it and you don't pull them, you owe it a £10. So you've got to pull them on that, kid, OK? I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm looking forward to helping you. I'm approachable. You can come and see me. But one thing I ain't the governor. He's the boss. He's the manager. I nearly said something else then, but it cost me a £5 and I can't afford that. OK? Thanks for your attention. Thanks, lads. Cheers, lads.
People say what makes a manager. You know, I've said decision-making. You've got to be able to make decisions. That's fine. Knowing the game. If you don't know the game, you've got no chance of being a manager. Knowing what makes players tick, man management. You know, I think a lot of man management comes from experience. I really do. And I don't mean being in the game 25 years or anything like that. I mean, if he did something next week that didn't come off, and the same scenario arose next season, I'd like to think that he'd probably go, I'm not going to do that because I did that last year and it didn't come off. If you don't draw on your experience, then, you know, then you're wasting them.
Steve believes that the players need a reality check and decides to borrow an old Premiership manager trick. And he calls in a favour from a local business to help drill some sense into his unruly players.
I love coming here every morning. Do you? Do you? Do you? Because your attitude fucking stinks. And you should come here every morning and want a fucking graft and work and not moan. Tomorrow, you go into a factory and you're going to watch 40 people work at machines doing the same thing for 12-hour shifts. And when we're there, I don't want no one saying, Bleo, what the fuck's this for? Because when Mourinho does it, it's fucking great.
As the players assemble for their eye-opening tour of duty, there are mixed feelings at what lies ahead.
Apparently we're better off than them, so I suppose it's a learning curve. And we've been told if it's good enough for Chelsea, then it's good enough for us.
We're going to have to wear goggles in it, haven't we? Goggles, do you know what I mean? I got goggles if I want to go swimming. Could be me next season, so I've got to try and work hard, because to be fair, I don't really want to work in a factory, so it should knock some sense into me. I ain't got to wear one of the big yellow helmets, though, is it? It's a fucking waste of time.
Steve's methods are a little unconventional for Big Ron's taste.
I can remember, I'm trying to think who it was. It might have been Alan Clark or somebody. When he was manager, I think it was Barnsley. Took the players down the mines and all that to show them, you know, how hard life was, how good a life football is. Providing it's not too long. The attention span of a footballer when it's something he's not particularly interested in isn't famously long.
Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down.
Prophetic words. While the factory workers look on in bemusement, the players soon find ways to entertain themselves.
It's like a piece of cake experience, isn't it? Oh, it's going that way.
I can't believe she's looking for holiday hotels while she's working.
It's different. I've only ever been in football since I left school, so it's like a school day out.
Oi, what's he doing? Does anyone else want one?
we've made what we can out of it, had a bit of banter, haven't we, boys? Yeah, so...
It's been a bit of a laugh. Like, kind of bonded, our little group's kind of bonded and that.
Determined to reinforce the message of the factory visit, Steve ends the day by delivering an impassioned appeal for his players to unite in his cause.
Listen up, everyone. All right, just stop eating for 1 minute. Right, that company, if one little piece of that chain breaks, that company goes under, and it's like you lads for me. We've got to train well together, we eat well together, and in football clubs, people dislike each other, people don't like me, but when we train on that training field, we have that attitude and togetherness like that company today. It's up to us. We stick together and we go from strength to strength, all right? No moaning, let's get on with it.
While Steve's away with his players, Ron busies himself with Posh's problems on the pitch. After the goalkeeping gaffes against Bristol Rovers, he's reintroducing the expert keeper coaching, previously axed due to lack of funding. Tony Godden's 400-game career included spells at Chelsea, Birmingham City and Ron's famous West Brom side of the late 70s. His former boss thinks he's the answer to Posh's problems.
TG? I'm all right, my son. Listen, just to let you know, everything's in place. We've sorted everything out in the club, so, you know, I've got you on board from now till the end of the season. Is that OK with you?
That's brilliant, mate. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Top man, and not only that, I want you there tomorrow.
The next day, and as Big Ron dusts off his old training gear, it's obvious he means business. As the rest of the players arrive for their morning session, Tony Godden is already hard at work with the keepers.
Good. Make sure you come off that cone. Go in square to it.
I've never been a massive fan of having a defensive coach, an attacking coach, a right-wing coach, a left-wing coach, but goalkeeping is a specialised position.
A goalkeeping coach is keeping him fit, getting him technically right, and being his dad. You've got to get to know him as a person, and that way you can keep him positive. I'm just looking at him, to be fair, today. I'm giving them short bits and pieces of different things so that I can have a look and see what I feel they need to get better on, or, you know, because they haven't had a goalkeeping coach for over 2 years, over 2 seasons.
It's easy to do a routine, and we say, oh, well done, but obviously Tone can pick out that little thing that maybe give us that extra % in the game.
They need somebody that's been in the same situation as them, that knows what they're thinking and that they can relate to. I mean, very often outfield players look at a goal and say, why don't you save that, you idiot? Whereas a goalkeeping coach will say, well, you might have saved it if you'd done that, or don't worry, you couldn't have saved that.
Satisfied the keepers are at last in safe hands, Ron can't resist flexing those managerial muscles with the outfield players.
Take your touch. Quality. Come on, take him under the ball. Take him under. That's good. Go on.
I'd make him play one touch all the while.
Stop! Pasty, listen, as soon as it's finished in there, get yourself back into your slot and go right back in.
Is he a better left winger?
Yeah, he's bollocks. Pasty. Yeah.
That second thing, when you're the second striker, go out of the centre half's vision.
Well, they're listening, but it's clear Steve's unease is growing at Ron's increasingly hands-on approach.
Stop grabbing the net off, Ron!
Did you think?
But Ron's on a roll.
Tell me something, you know, for like a home game, you presumably come up, what, 1:45 or something like that?
Half one, yeah.
Half one.
What, you thinking meal and all that, and meet
Yeah,
early?
yeah.
That's what the top teams do, isn't it?
But, I mean, some have different ways. Come in, boss. Just some have different ways of it.
Yeah,
What's that?
We're just talking about pre-match, like for a home game. We're just saying, oh, boys, do they prefer, like, to maybe come together early and have a pre-match meal and whatever?
While he may have got the attention of the players and is making progress, Steve sees it as unacceptable interference and decides to confront his new mentor.
Ron, can you have a chat, mate? What I just saw is basically saying, kind of, why don't you do this, or have you tried this, or are you doing this? I don't know the agenda here, Ron. I don't know what it is, because is it me or what?
I've been brought in with the blessing of your directors and whatever, in a view to trying to help the football club.
Let's get something straight here. I'm the manager of this football club, and I've had 4 wins out of 5.
No, you're not.
before we've had a 6-9.
Yeah. Let me tell you now, I will never talk to any football player about anything that I won't talk to you about. And just to re-qualify, I don't want to be a manager of Peterborough United Football Club.
I'm not saying that, Ron.
I mean, I'll be quite honest with you, I wouldn't have thought it was that...
no, there's no problem.
I actually think you're being very, very, I'll say sensitive. I'm almost going to say insecure. We're only here for your benefit. We're here to make a good programme. We're here to tell it as it is. But it's no good me just standing there. That's of no value to Peterborough Football Club if I just stand and watch.
It's on camera now, isn't it? I'm talking to Ron. I want to speak to Ron personally.
After a promising start to their budding partnership, it seems Ron has lost the manager's trust. Still fuming, Steve now revokes an earlier agreement, allowing Ron access to the dressing room on match days.
Disappointed because that was part of the agreement that we had, but, you know, I'm not going to make an issue over it this time. They've got a match to play. I think what we'll do, we'll get the match over with, and then we'll talk it over with all the relevant parties. But I'll let it ride. I'll let it ride for today.
Hang on, let me finish. Ron then said, listen, lads.
Coming up, it turns out that Ron and Steve's dressing room showdown was just a taste of the fireworks yet to come.
Me being in the dressing room won't win you a game or won't lose you a game.
No, your players with them and your
organisation. If there's antagonism from you, I don't want to be in there.
And will the Posh continue their slide on the pitch, or can they bounce back to winning ways?
Ah!